Scream 5 at number 8. At number 7 is my documentary pick for this year, and might be a controversial entry, but that is Genius, the Kanye West documentary. And look, take all his controversies from the past couple of months aside, and even anything he's done, if you just look at this documentary for what it was, and I feel like this documentary did a good job of taking us into the life of Kanye West through the eyes of one of his best friends growing up, and that is Cootie. Cootie is one of the best friends that we all need, and what I love about him is that he never once judged Kanye, and we also see further into the relationship between Kanye and his mother, and how that really played a part into his mental psyche, and how he just never been right since then. And it was also just a fun little nostalgia trip if you're a Kanye West fan like me, and just seeing all the different eras of his music and what has led to Kanye now, or at least Kanye last year. But Genius is my favorite documentary of last year, and that is why that made my top 10. Your thoughts on Genius? Genius at number 7. At number 6 is my first comic book pick of the year, and that is The Batman. Which, the Batman with Spark Boy, Robert Pattinson. Hey, it just but no, the Batman was. But yeah, the Batman was very good. It was a good take on the character. And it was, I don't even know what to say about Batman. It had a lot of things going for it. Is it my favorite Batman movie? No, I still give that to The Dark Knight, but I still think that this is the best Batman movie since The Dark Knight. It took him in a more realistic and grounded and serious direction, and gave us new takes on characters. And again, with the Batman, it was set in year 2 for him, so we get to really see him transition from really just being a vigilante to knowing what it means to be a hero of Gotham City. So the Batman, that is my number 6 pick of 2022. Your thoughts on the Batman?
The best scene of that whole movie is when he ran out of smoke grenades.
Yeah.
So he just stole off with a police officer and ran about. He broke. That was funny.
It was. And then he tried to fly out, and the thing just malfunctioned, and he just flew to the floor. But the one scene I go back to the most is when he's interrogating the Riddler, and he just starts freaking out like, no! I'm like, what is your problem?
Chill, bro. He got you where he wants you now. Composure, my guy.
So yeah, the Batman, that is my number 6 pick of 2022. And now to my top 5. And my top 5 is my favorite important movie that came out last year, and that is The Woman King. Yeah, you like that, don't you? Yeah, The Woman King, that was an impactful movie, and if you have any problem with that movie, hey, fuck off,
You just don't like movies.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, that is definitely, to me, that was an important movie. It showed that black women can sell a movie, and and not only that, but it was action packed, and it also pretty much highlighted a portion of history that's not only important, but also plays into the action. So, and Viola Davis, that woman, yeah, The Woman King. What's your thoughts?
Everybody in the movie everybody was badasses. It wasn't like, oh, they're badasses because they're girls and they're tough.
Yeah.
No, they're all just badasses. Like, it was cool. Like, it doesn't matter what between their legs. If they're the same character, written the same way, portrayed the same way, they would be the same. Tough and tight. They was good characters. I like the movie. I like the pacing.
And if you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix currently.
Costume designs was great.
Yeah.
Choreography was great. The fight scenes. The storyline was the storyline was different enough from what's going on, so that even though it did get a little bit like, okay, I know what's about to happen now. Like, as far as like Viola's arc, it was cool because it was different. So it's like, okay, then you got Viola, so you're gonna get the emotions that you're gonna get like from the scenes once it all unfolded. So like, if you haven't watched it, go watch it.
Yes.
If you don't want to watch it because it's about African women, go watch it. Maybe you'll like African women.
Otherwise, fuck off. So yeah, The Woman King at number 5. At number 4 is another Netflix movie, and that is Glass Onion, the Knives Out sequel. This was one of, yeah, had I known this was getting ready to come out this year, I would have put this on my anticipated 2022, but I was anticipating it. It came out, and though I still prefer the first movie, I still felt this was a worthy successor to that first movie, and Daniel Craig, he owns this role at this point. I love the mystery and especially the twist. I'm not going to spoil that for you. You just got to go see it for yourself. Yeah, whatever criticisms you have towards this movie, then I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it's a murder mystery. There's going to be some nonsensical plot holes or whatever that don't make sense, but most of the shit in here does make sense. So, but Glass Onion, what you got? Thoughts?
I don't even know if it's better than the first one. Not in a bad way. They're just like both excellently done. And they're both very entertaining movies. Like you can go and watch both movies freaking 10 times, and like that's hard to do with like kind of like a mystery or like a movie that's supposed to throw you left with the loophole, not a loophole, but what I'm talking about.
Like it's one of those movies where you can watch it over and over again and find something new.
No, not even that too. That they did jam pack the mess out this jump. Like, but I'm talking like even when you know the spoilers, you can still just go back and watch the performances and like and just watch the actual story because they're entertaining stories.
Yeah, in fact,
both movies.
In fact, other than Daniel Craig, I say Janelle Monáe was the other acting standout.
Now, for the first time watching it, Janelle Monáe was awesome.
She is
like it's Janelle Monáe, like obviously, but like this was awesome for her. Like, yeah, you can tell like she really worked hard on this role, like through and through. Like this is dope. If you ain't watch it, go watch it.
Definitely.
Just because of Janelle Monáe and Daniel Craig.
Exactly.
And Batista's in there, like he's funny.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like everybody's in this genre. They did their thing. It was a good casting.
Like Dave Bautista continues to prove why he's the best wrestler turned actor.
Yeah,
to me. So
all the white ladies was funny.
It was Agatha Harkness and Chaos.
I mean, come on now. You got Aggie and Katie.
So yeah, Glass Onion, that is my number 4. My number 3 pick. Now, again, I already had a superhero pick with the Batman. So if Batman represents the DC side of things, I pick Black Panther: Wakanda Forever as my number 3 pick on the superhero Marvel side of things. And yeah, as far as all the Marvel things that came out this year, that was my favorite. Sorry, Doctor Strange. No sorry to Thor: Love and Thunder. And most definitely no sorry to Morbius. But Wakanda Forever, to me, was the best Marvel thing that came out this year. And especially since Ryan Coogler, he was dealt a bad hand with the passing of Chadwick Boseman. And the way I saw this movie executed, he handled it perfectly. He tied it in perfectly. He did a good job of selling Princess Shuri as the new Black Panther. Angela Bassett acted her ass off. And Namor in this movie. I still prefer Killmonger, but he was still a worthy adversary, and just everything about this movie that deals with grief, the action, and the visual effects is definitely a lot better than the first movie. Ryan Coogler directed the hell out of this movie, and I'm curious to see what he does next, whether it's a Marvel thing or something else he does. But Wakanda Forever, to me, was the best Marvel thing that came out this year, and yeah, especially since right now Marvel is hitting a bit of a rough patch right now, but this was a bright spot to me. So Wakanda Forever at number 3. What's your thoughts on that movie?
It was great. So here's my thing. My 2 favorite projects of the whole Phase 4 was probably Love and Thunder and Wakanda Forever. I don't want to give Love and Thunder its credit for other reasons, but I'm looking at big story, big picture. Your man Thor got 3 super weapons. Like he got the hammer jump, but it absorbed the god killing sword, so that's a super weapon, super weapon. He got Zeus's thunderbolt, super weapon, and he still got the axe. That's like, it's like Simeon. So like it has its own mind and all that stuff. Like, y'all tripping. That alone was lit. Then he can give his powers he can spread his powers to his army. Idra's son is the new general of Asgard. Well, future general.
Yeah, I was about to say he's still a kid.
Yeah, like he's the general of the new Asgardian army. So when the young Avengers pop up, it's gonna be Idra's son. Then when he go into the spirit world, maybe he becomes the new Black Panther. Guess what? He gonna see Idris in that jump. Like that was lit. Like you gotta go there. Like it's lit.
I mean, that's all cool and all, but character upgrades doesn't equal a good story, though.
Bro,
at least in my opinion.
We about to get little Idris and little Chadwick. Well, it's not little Chadwick. Little T'Challa.
Yeah.
Coming up through the ranks. With Auntie Sherry and Auntie Riri. They about to get lit. And Baku about to be the king. He's gonna have a new Black Panther suit with the silver gorilla fur on. Dog.
You just want your gorilla Black Panther suit.
You put it on YouTube now, so they're gonna see it. When y'all see that silver Black Panther, that silver gorilla fur Black Panther suit, remember you heard it here first. I'm telling you.
I will make sure to highlight this.
Please do.
Yeah. But any thoughts about Wakanda Forever, though?
Oh yeah, Sherry, Black Panther. You know Wakanda. I said Wakanda. M'Baku about to be is basically the king. You know that's about to be lit. Like you about to have 2 super soldiers. Then you about to have what's her face?
Riri Williams.
You got Riri in and out doing her thing. The new Iron Man suit. She about to get the new vibranium. You got
the Midnight Angels.
Oh yeah, the Midnight Angels. Like they out here doing their thing, like just doing their own thing.
And your thoughts on how they handled Chadwick in the movie?
It was good. I like that they did it early, like how they did it. It was like they was rushing, like not they was rushing, but like Sherry was rushing trying to get the flower back together and all that stuff. Like then she was just too late. I like that because like she tried everything she could do, but it was just nothing that she could do.
Yeah. So
got some peace out there.
So yeah, that's my number 3, Wakanda Forever, and now rounding up my top 2 at number 2, it is this movie that I don't think a lot of people is really talking about, and that is Emergency, which is a movie about the 2 black college students that come across this drunk white girl that comes in the room. She passes out. They don't know if she's dead or alive, but they're trying to transport her to somebody. Meanwhile, her sister is looking for her, and then eventually the cops come by, get the wrong idea, but just gotta watch the whole movie. But that movie hit me in the feels. Originally, I had that at number 1, but then I finally saw something, but I'll get to that in a minute. But Emergency is a movie I don't think...
It was Meteor Man.
Shut up. But no, Emergency is definitely one of those movies that not enough people are talking about. It's on Amazon Prime. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. What's your thoughts on Emergency?
Really good movie. Like, you talk about 2 movies that gave me complete and utterly anxiety in the last 10 years. It was Emergency and Teal. Like, Emergency was bad anxiety, but it was good anxiety.
Yeah.
Like, it hurt so bad, but in such a good way. You just be like, see, like if you watch it with the right crowd, or mixture of crowd, you can be like, see, this is a personification of what we talking. This anxiety that you feel in this situation is being illustrated. This anxiety that you feel almost every time that you see as a black person, a daggone police car.
Yeah.
Is pretty much like personified in the experience of this movie. And it's like the white girl is just a metaphor of just anything. It's a metaphor of you not even doing anything wrong. You might even trying to be doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
But there's always that thing that's there that shatter your world for no reason.
Exactly. So yeah, Emergency, that is my number 2 favorite movie 2022. And my number 1 favorite movie of 2022 is Everything Everywhere All at Once. The more I think about that movie, the more I just love it more and more. It was one of those movies that I watched multiple times throughout the year, and I even watched it on the last day of 2022, which was New Year's Eve. And it's nominated for a bunch of awards, but I just love this movie. It's definitely the best multiverse movie that came out this year for sure. And I just like the representation in it, even though I'm not Asian, but Michelle Yeoh, she is a legend in her own right. And then the return of Ki-Wan Kwan, who played Short Round in Indiana Jones. It is a crime that Hollywood did not discover this talent for decades, and I'm glad that he is finally getting his flowers. And just hearing him talk about how he saw Crazy Rich Asians, which came out a couple years ago, how he saw that movie in theaters 3 times, and he teared up each time he watched it, and just hearing him talk about how that movie inspired him is where we can be represented, and there are roles for us, because the only reason he stepped away from acting was because there wasn't enough Asian roles for him, and now there's more, and now he sees himself being represented, and I can definitely feel that connection for us. But the movie overall, I just love how weird it is, and how introspective it is, and how reflective it is, and everybody bought their A game, especially the 2 directors that made this movie. So Everything Everywhere All at Once. What's your thoughts on that?
It was dope. Half Round did his thing.
Short Round, but yeah.
Short Round did his thing.
Yeah.
Miss Michelle was always funny.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the other lady that was in there?
Oh, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis. Good year for Jamie Lee Curtis.
Mm-hmm.
She was at the Halloween off the back to back with the Halloweens 2 years in a row. Yeah, back to back with the Halloweens, and she hit this joint up. It was a good role. I like that role for her.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a role she always plays in her. I guess with commercials and stuff, like when she do comedy stuff. She don't do comedy stuff on commercials and stuff. It was a good role for her.
Definitely. So yeah, that is my number 1 favorite movie of 2022. Are there anything that I didn't mention that you want to bring to the table?
Meteor Man.
I mean, it's not a 2022 movie, but sure.
Hey. I'm trying to think what other movies. No, that's about it for all the shit.
Yeah. So I'm definitely excited for what 2023.
Oh, Emancipation. Will Smith.
Oh yeah, Will Smith. Yeah.
It was like an action slave movie.
So basically Django.
No. It was like Bear Grylls meets Kunta Kinte. It's like a true story or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I just haven't gotten around to watching it, primarily because I don't have Apple Plus. So, but hey, I'll probably get around to watching it at some point. Probably.
It was a nice little. Yeah. It was a nice little different interpretation of the slave movie. Like.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot. But yeah, let me rephrase something real quick.
It's what y'all wanted from the Harriet Tubman movie. Emancipation is what y'all wanted Harriet Tubman.
Yeah. Okay, well, knowing that, then yeah, I'm gonna definitely check it out. But let me rephrase. So yeah, I thought so.
Taking a load off the CGI team, the visual effects team.
But yeah, I had to mention Top Gun Maverick real quick. I forgot to put him in my honorable mentions. But overall, those are my favorite movies of 2022. I'm very excited for 2023, especially with what I've seen so far. Zooty, thank you so much for coming on and reacting to my top 10. Anything you want to plug regarding Processing Greatness, the movie, or any final thoughts?
I'm really, since we on YouTube, all visual X artists that work for Marvel and all that, y'all get overworked and underpaid. You want an easy job? Go work for Tom Cruise. He do all the leg work. Y'all just gotta make it look pretty. Put a little vinaigrette on here, do a little color shift. Maybe plug in a couple windows here and there, have some wires, but way easier work. Way better news. You go work with Tom. Mission Impossible coming out. You know what I'm saying? Do a Top Gun Maverick 4 or 3, what this is. Jack Ryan. He got a lot of movies that's still popping. Like he's been in the last 10 years. Yeah, go work with Tom. Just easy.
So thank you again, Zooty. Again, support his business, Processing Greatness. Get yourself a t-shirt, hoodie, hat, or whatever. And again, my short film Lift Yourself, it premieres at the AFI Theater on April 2nd in Silver Spring, Maryland. Come check it out. He's in it. He's one of the stars. Come check him out. So I'm your host, Bankfold B. Stay safe. Wash your hands.